And welcome to this episode of Filmmaker Plays, this brand new series of Filmmaker Plays. We are playing Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, a game by... Fuck, I already forgot who made it. Ninja Theory? I think it was Ninja Theory. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. A 2017 action game developed and published by British video game developer Ninja Theory. Set in the Viking Age, a broken Celtic warrior embarks on a haunting vision quest into Viking hell to fight for the soul of her dead lover. We were just discussing before the recording went live that this game may contain scenes which some viewers find disturbing, and viewer discretion is advised. It depicts themes of psychosis and... when in development has had people who suffer from psychosis, and psychiatrists help heavily with the development. This will include things like hearing of voices, and it was designed to destigmatize mental illness. But obviously, in order to deal with that, that means that we have to see Senua's mental illness. And since we are playing Senua, it's going to be an interesting look into the mentally ill. I myself am mentally ill, so the game at points might even become too much for me. If so, we will discuss that, we'll turn it off, we'll figure things out. But, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Skye Blacke. I am a filmmaker and a writer, and I use those experiences in film and writing in order to analyze games from a narrative, written perspective, and so we can better enjoy the content that we all love. So without further ado, I know nothing about this game, by the way. I have never played it before, so I'm really excited to see what happens, and... we'll see. There's a few people in the chat who are like, I might leave a lurk up, or I might not be hugely involved with these streams. You guys are completely valid to do so. I will say that, obviously, I just read a list out. So it does, I imagine, sound worse when condensed all together at once. And, yeah. But of course, if it does become too much for anyone, feel free to leave. You don't owe me anything. Also, if it becomes too much for you and is potentially triggering, there is a command for !helpline, which will bring up the suicide preventions and mental health helplines from around the world.
Hello. Who are you?
I could swear I turned subtitles on. Okay, well, there's our first red flag, is that the subtitles being turned on is in a different menu.
Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here. Nice and close so I can speak without alerting the others.
That's binaural audio. It's coming out of both one ear at a time.
Let me tell you about Senua. Now, her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. Dead. It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
So Senua is aware of the narration.
They're watching. Why doesn't she come back? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's
Well, this is an appropriate game to get into spooky season.
I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Can you see them? Over there. Why isn't she looking? Why aren't you looking?
Look, up ahead.
Huh.
You see it too?
You promised you came here.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call Hell.
I've been reading Neil Gaiman's Norse gods.
Go back. It's not safe.
Or Norse mythology, and it's a very interesting time to start playing this game. But yeah, so far, as like just showing themes of paranoia, this game's fucking on it, dude.
And you will see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here. This is not a place of rest.
Go back. They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you.
Fucking hell.
They're watching.
We haven't even done anything yet. This is just the opening cutscene.
They're watching her. They're watching her. You're so close to the darkness. Go back. Can you feel it?
I feel like it's getting to a point already from a gameplay perspective, though, where these are getting relentless.
I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
They can feel you.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper. What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us. There's no going back. pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Okay. So, what? 10 minutes in, haven't done a single bit of gameplay yet. Already so fucking much to talk about. The way in which this game nails paranoia is already amazing. Like, fear is such a common emotion in gaming, and in media. We like stories that will scare us. We like stories that will unnerve us. We like to get the blood pumping a bit. This game is already so much better than a lot of horror games I've already played. Horror games often rely on jump scares because there's not a lot of ways to convey horror in video games. So now, this is just... ooh, I can feel it in my chest. They've identified the player, the narrator, as separate, and the narrator as separate entities from Senua, which is, again, great addition. You have this idea that maybe we are just one of the voices in Senua's head, or the narrator is, or how much can we really trust from who we're overhearing from our narrators, because they could be just parts of Senua's psychosis. So we already have the implication of unreliable narration in this story. We've come at the back end of a bigger story, which is always a good place for your story to begin. Because your story, you need to have some kind of context to build your world. One of the reasons Lord of the Rings works so well is because it has the Hobbit behind it. One of the reasons the Hobbit works so well is it has the events of the Silmarillion behind it, etc., etc. One of the reasons the original trilogy works so well is it's just a story in an already established universe. It's not trying to introduce anything major. Like, it introduces stuff to its characters, but the universe exists. It's up to the audience to figure out what that universe is. Also, from a gameplay perspective, the camera in that cutscene was amazing, because no matter how far you pushed it over, it wouldn't, turn all the way around. It would turn to maybe here, and it always felt like there was something just out of view. So this game has definitely got an atmosphere about it already.
Use your eyes.
Use your eyes.
Come closer.
She can't focus.
Why can't she focus? Take a closer look.
Do
Okay.
not forget my stories, Senua, because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take... Do not forget my stories, Senua.
Oh, it restarts if I
Because
zoom
your
in.
darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate, but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the river of knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
Okie dokie. I really like Senua's design. Oh, the fucking frame rate tanked there, guys. Hang on a sec. Is it possible to lock the frame rate? Oh, ray tracing's on. No, turn that off. There we go. It's interesting that the voices don't have subtitles, except for like whatever's the loudest one.
Darkness is coming. Yearns for life. Hungers for it. Pack of wolves on a hunt. He's not sorry.
Okie dokie.
Not this time.
You see, I'm stubborn. The game tells me to run, I will walk. Because I'm curious about what will happen. Oh, well, that's much better. That's much nicer.
The land of mist and fog. The old fool was right. What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost.
Where are you? I hear you.
He's there, you know it.
There's no doubt about
He's
it.
lost.
The source of the darkness is in Helheim,
They're calling
and the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
Won't lie, did misread that as Dylan. I was like, that's not a very appropriate name. But then I was like, I wonder if it's the Tiffany problem, where Tiffany actually was an old-fashioned name.
Why is she doing this? Why doesn't she turn back?
There's not going to be a lot of chances for me to talk in this game, is there?
This in Helheim. His soul still lives. She needs to save his soul. She wants his soul to be at peace. She needs to lay him to rest. He's already dead. She can
So Tiffany was a traditionally medieval name, but because it's so associated with contemporary stuff, and it sounds so contemporary,
Forget its name.
then
She forgets too,
it would be out of place in medieval fantasy.
but she does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget.
I suppose it probably has the same root as Dandelion from the Witcher series.
See, shall we?
Okay, we got one of those focusy
The
stones
Northmen
here.
speak of 9 worlds. The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim, and that is where you must travel.
So in traditional Norse mythology, to my memory, Hela is a young girl who half of her face is that of a beautiful princess and the other half is of a dead rotting corpse.
That's it. That's the
Well, I'm glad the voices are encouraging sometime. Oh, yeah. This game really does get intrusive thoughts.
Just drop down. What's down?
Will you hold your horses?
She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
No, this is it. The hidden path.
So her voice is echoey, whereas all the other voices are much more clear. That's an interesting decision. As though she's hearing them rather than hearing herself.
It's going to hurt you.
It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them.
Don't listen.
I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. Never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you?
It's just a memory.
Druth? Is that you?
Around you now.
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar.
He's lost.
An old fool. Truth is my truth. Huh?
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your
I think I'll keep my camera on.
and you too will see what's hidden in plain
I can
sight.
see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
Focus and you'll see. What happens if you focus?
Wait, so it's literally just like find the right colored. Oh wow. It's a matching puzzle.
The gate. And the gate will open.
Okie dokie.
The gate is open. Go through the gate.
Go through it.
It's dangerous.
Follow it.
What's behind the gate?
Where will it take you?
It works.
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell. But I watched the Northmen. Learned their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Well, this is vertigo-inducing.
Another voice joins us. She once tried to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that? When we are always here.
Senua, babe, you need some antipsychotics.
You can stand on the edge. Pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near. Waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed. With her, you must bargain.
What's down here? I mean, it's a beautiful game. Like, it's really pretty. Achievement unlocked. The fight begins. Do you reckon this is going to be violent?
Stay back. Look at it. You have to open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him. Shh. Someone's here.
Okay, what do we got? There's a rune over there. I like her makeup.
You took him from me. I beg you, let him go. I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore.
Interesting that she's looking directly at us.
Just give him back.
Oh, a monster. Finally, something we can hit. Interesting, there's no health bar. Oh, she charges. I like the combat.
Stop them. End it now. It's nearly the end. Use your sword.
Okay, so that's how you block. Oh, fuck. They weren't real, those ones. We also had the voices saying behind us, so I wonder which ones we can trust. This girl's having the worst day of her life, and I'm just like, this is very interesting from like an analysis perspective. It's the third time she stared directly at us.
A vision.
Did we just have an out-of-body experience? Oh, great.
Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her.
So is that how this game's going to deal with respawns?
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
The dark rot will grow each time you fail. If the rot reaches Senua's head, her quest is over. And all progress will be lost. Oh, fuck. So the game's on permanent hardcore mode.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
He's not right.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Zurt, and the god of illusion, Valravn.
Okay.
Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
Illusions or fire? Let's do illusions first.
She has to fight two gods first.
Two gods?
Two gates.
Which will she choose first?
Valravn, ancestor of the seers and master of ravens. He hunts his prey with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains. Follow the path to Valravn and defeat him in battle to earn his mark. The gate to Helheim cannot be opened without it.
Well, we just dealt with some fairly traumatic stuff, so I'm just going to throw this in here. I think it's helpline. Is the command? It might not be. What the fuck is the command? Hotline. It really should be helpline in reality. Also, Ninja Nicole 19, thank you for the follow earlier, just before the stream started. Hello, Southern Orchid. How are you doing, buddy? Well, this is quite nice for the World of Illusions. Oh, shit. I shouldn't have said that. You ever feel things leave your mouth and are like, wait.
Ymir was a frost giant, a being of darkness, and all his sons and grandsons were dark after him. Of his daughters and granddaughters, some were monsters, but others fair. But there was another who came from the ice. Buri. In shape, he was like a man, big and powerful. His son,
Sorry.
Bor, took a fair giant to be his wife, and they had 3 sons. Odin was the eldest, and the Northmen hold him to be the foremost of the gods, the All-Father.
He's only the All-Father because he created all that was beneath him, thanks to, I believe, him and his brothers killing Bolri? Yeah. Gonna be interesting to see how this game pronounces. I think we've already heard it, but I think they've gone with Loki rather than Loki. Some pronunciations have it as Loki, some have it as Loki. Okay, let's figure out this puzzle before we do anything. We got a bridge over there. We need to find that symbol somewhere. Let's go see if we can shove that bridge down.
What's that? It's a door. No, it's a bridge. No, it's not. Push it. Push it down. Do you think will happen? Come on. Come on. You did it.
This looks like an arena. And that looks like a gate.
Illusion hides the path to Valravn. Don't trust your eyes. Find another way to see the truth.
Okay. I'm going to assume it has something to do with being up there.
Something's different. Change. What's different? Can you see?
It's funny. We all want to see behind the veil, don't we? Once we do,
Oh.
we mostly just close our eyes again and pretend what we saw was never really there.
Okay.
We need to focus.
I relate a lot to Senua. I don't have multiple voices in my head, but
Close your eyes.
I do get very intrusive thoughts. So just one voice for me. This is a very good platform to talk about mental health and how it affects us. Why did I choose to go here first? This is the world of illusions. It's not the place for someone suffering from psychosis and schizophrenia.
This is the price she pays for seeing things differently. Because once you gaze into the relentless darkness, all that lurks within it can see you too.
See, I just know there are going to be some points where these voices are going to help us and some points that they're going to hinder us. Everything looks like a possible enemy, too. Case in point. Alright, let's go. And you see, now my instinct is to check behind me.
You're close.
Good job, you hit where I was 5 minutes ago. I did it already. And now we have to ask if any of that was even real.
Find what she's looking for.
Great. It's gonna be one of those days. You know, I've heard the expression hot piece of ass, but listen, we have to try and keep things light a little bit here. As light as we can. Well, this looks like a boss arena. Okay, so we can't get up there. Maybe we can get up this side.
Valravan's power of illusion comes from ravens. Align the ravens to break his magic seal.
Show me what you have seen, Truth.
Look how much it's changed. It's all different.
Okay, but how do I get up there? Oh, hang on. What if we look at it from this side?
To break
No.
the seal, align the ravens with the mark of Valravan.
Listen, I know how to do it, game. I'm just stupid. Is that thing watching us? Yeah, it is. Okay. Struggling on the first puzzle. I fucking love video games. And we can't climb anywhere. Is the other thing. So it's like it has to be down here somewhere. Oh, wait. How did I miss that entire place I could go? Oh, fuck me, I'm stupid. Uh-oh, stupid.
Something's shifted. Something's happened. Something huge shifted. Can you feel it?
Alright, what's changed? Presumably it'll have something to do with this. Or can I just open the door now? Okay, so that's what it means by something shifted, is that the door is opened.
Do you feel it too? It's like crossing into another world that looks the same but feels different.
Oh, look at that.
An imposter world.
Eyes on the
As
trees.
the forest itself.
Oh, that's my vibe. I love eye imagery. Hey, eyes. Love eye imagery. Okay, we're gonna have another puzzle to figure out. And the puzzle will probably be, how the fuck do we get up there?
Another gate. Another gate. You know what to do. Stay back. You have to open it. It's not safe. Don't listen to them. Listen. Don't. Open it. You can do it. Don't touch.
To break the seal, align the ravens with the mark of Valravan.
Where are they? Do it. Where are they? What does it mean? Line up the ravens. Which ravens? Where are they? Can't you see them, Sheldon? Line up the ravens.
That's interesting. There's also some telling us to look at the ground.
Shh. What is it?
I hear something.
If you hear the song of Valravan, follow it, and it will lead you to him. But be aware of his illusions. You can't always trust your eyes.
Valravan's a dick.
The song. Listen, focus. Focus.
Of course I picked the crow bird themed one first.
He's gone. He just where did he go? Where is
I like the ones that whisper don't give up. I'm gonna focus on them. They're nice. Okay, how do I get over there? Will you open now? No. Maybe I miss... Fuck. Okay, so it's one of these types of puzzles. As long as we focus on what we're going towards.
Is she lost? Wouldn't be the first time. Last winter, before the tragedy, she journeyed into the wilds of her native land, living off berries, roots and rabbits. It's not uncommon, you see. We call such a person a Gelt. Some, like Truth, become Gelt in search of penance. Like Senua, the Purchakars. Those who make it back are forever changed.
There's a lot of like paths that don't actually go anywhere, which is both really good as a struggle for game design and also really annoying.
She can get up now. She can get up now. What's happening? She can get up now. How can she get up? It must be magic. Dark magic. A trick. Raven. Tricking her. Raven. How can she get up? Wait. It's him. Dark magic draws her closer. Oh, Raven's magic. It's not him. He's helping her. It's not him. It's a trick. She's doing it on her own. He's not tricking her. It's magic. It's an illusion.
Okay. So, as long as I... Fuck. See, I bet now that I've lost sight of it, it'll disappear again. No, still good. I don't want to go through those little gates of Valravens because I don't trust that they don't cause the path to disappear. See? There we go. I should probably upload the rest of the Bioshock VODs to YouTube at some point.
And we think of a shadow in the woods, a creature in the night. If only it were that simple.
Ah.
The worst kind comes without warning. A deep and primal signal from within. A reminder that just because you cannot see the threat, it doesn't mean that it's not already here.
Fuck off, you spooky bitch. Everywhere looks like fight arenas. And the door's gone.
He's down. Finishing strike. He's finished.
Just hacking and whacking and slashing. Okay. We're good, we're good. It's all okay. There we go. Okay. This game's really going to teach you to trust your own instincts rather than listening to the input that the game gives you. I hope my health returns to full. Ooh, a little camp. Hey buddy, you got anything I can borrow? Nice little smouldering pot there. Hey guys, what's up?
The Northmen say that Odin and his brothers...
Oh, I missed the log.
And that the world of men was formed from his corpse. They made his bones into stone, and his flesh into earth, and his blood into the salt sea.
Yep.
They set his skull to be the bowl of the sky, with his brains for clouds.
Yep.
Odin and his brothers caught the sparks flying from Muspel and made them into stars. And to protect the new world from the giants, they used Ymir's great curving eyebrows as walls.
Welcome to Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice with me, Skye Blacke, filmmaker, where we get a lovely analysis of video games with a side of Norse mythology and a big old pinch of horrifying psychosis. Come for the Norse myths. Stay for the terror. Regular streamers play God of War, but Gothic streamers, we play Hellblade.
Do you know what it's like to leave everything behind? Your home,
Yes.
loved ones. To head deep into the wilds. Perhaps never to return.
One of these statues is going to be the real one. I know it.
Senua does. Because when darkness speaks, it changes everything. Turning home into a foreign land and loved ones into strangers. Exile makes sense when you realize that you were never really home in the first place.
Let's talk about that. How the concept of suffering from mental health in a lot of ways alienates you from the people around you. Sometimes for some people with some conditions quite literally, and for others metaphorically. I'm on the metaphorical side myself most of the time. My mental health's a mess. But that's quite an interesting idea, is the idea that exile is something that you're used to when you live in the world as a permanent outsider. And I've used that exact phrase to describe myself in the past. I have called myself the permanent outsider, the permanent watcher, someone who's never quite in alignment, we'll use the phrase, with everyone around me. And it's very difficult. There are ways to, play that to an advantage. You can become a fantastic people watcher. But you also can't always really trust what you think you're watching. So it's a struggle. And again, from a storytelling perspective, this gives us the idea of an unreliable narrator. We can't really trust the voices in Senua's head, and we can't really trust Senua either right now. We can't trust that the story that she is trying to show us is accurate. No fault of her own, but it just might not be the objective truth. It might be her truth, but it's not necessarily the objective truth. Guys, if you are enjoying this stream, consider dropping a follow, subscribing, or using !tip and heading over to the official Skye Blacke Ko-fi to support me in a more direct way. If you cannot provide financial support, don't worry, it's never expected of you, just know that your viewership is more than enough for me, but maybe share the stream around. If you like the analysis or think the games are interesting, bring more people in here. We always like having more people here, and we like having a conversation. So, bring your friends, bring your family, bring your enemies, just don't fight in my chat. And don't be a dickhead. Oh cool, now we're getting to look at overstimulation.
The song. Valravan's song. It's over here. It's over here. Is that? It's over there. No, it's here. There's two. Listen, focus. Listen. It's
magic. It's magic. It's an illusion. She's been in a forest like this before.
This reminds her of somewhere. The forest.
Where?
Which forest?
The forest in the wilds.
The wilds.
She left Dillian.
She went to the wilds a long time ago.
Why did she go to the wilds?
She wanted to fight her own darkness. She thought she could beat her own darkness.
Did she beat her darkness?
No. It nearly killed her, but she tried.
Druth.
It won't. This one's too easy.
If it wasn't for Druth, she'd
She'd
be
be
dead. She can't beat her own darkness.
Now, none of these line up.
She wanted to marry Dillian.
She came to beat her own darkness and marry Dillian. But it didn't work.
She thought her curse would affect him.
She thought her curse would spread to him.
She thought she'd bring the darkness to him too.
She nearly died.
She thought the curse made her tainted.
Druth helped her.
Okay, so there's a pathway over there. We just need to figure out how to get to it. Perfect. Let's open up this area so that we can explore a bit better. And figure out where Valerian's song is coming from. This looks like a promising path. It's going to be interesting if this is an entire part of the level that we can unlock and open that is ultimately pointless because it doesn't actually do anything. Whoa! Okay, that didn't work. But there is a gate there. Maybe if we unlock the gate, go back to that original viewing thing, and look. Oh, okay. I think I get it. I think I get what you're trying to lay down. There we go. Alright, I understand. Well, so far, out of everything that we've ever seen that involves a character with psychosis, this is some of the best portrayals of it.
The ravens. They've gone.
They've gone.
No,
Half of them have gone.
they've gone. Some are still there.
But where? Some are still there.
Are ravens helping?
He's not helping.
It's a trick. Quiet. Can't think. Out in the wilds, in the cold winter woods,
Where have they gone?
she no longer felt fit for this world.
Oh boy, let's add another voice to the
She
mix.
gave into the darkness. Almost. But she remembered Dillian's words. She remembered her promise. She resolved to fight on and kill that which had become a part of her.
In order to receive. They tell how the Northmen say you must sacrifice in order to receive. They tell how the runes were revealed to Odin only in sacrifice.
Yeah, Odin sacrificed himself to
He
himself.
hung himself from the world tree, and he stabbed himself with a spear, and he dedicated the sacrifice to himself. For 9 nights he hung on the tree without food or drink, and at last he saw the runes below him. He gave a cry, and gathered them in his mind and learnt them. Then he fell from the tree.
If you want to learn more about Norse mythology in a less creepy way, Neil Gaiman's Norse Mythology. Where Neil Gaiman retells a lot of the classic Norse stories. Okay, what's changing? Maybe this way? So I had a weird experience earlier, chat, where I went for a wee nap after work because low spoons, and I fell into like the deepest slumber I have fallen into in a long time. Like, I had dreams upon dreams worth of this slumber. And then I woke up, and 10 minutes had passed, and I was like, what the fuck is going on with my mind? I'm also at the fun point where I'm going to have to start rearranging my wardrobe for the winter months. That's what I'd call a power nap. Exactly, Southern Orchid.
She did it. The ravens. They were gone. No. There's still three. There's three. There's three. Where have they gone? She did it. What does that mean?
Looking back, I was so naive to think she could banish it on her own.
I wonder what the narrator represents.
The more she struggled to see anything at all.
Because the narrator seems to be the only one who isn't talking to Senua, but is talking to us.
Thought, grow in strength until they consumed her whole. Before she knew it, the darkness had her in its claws. There is no such thing as victory when it comes to the darkness. It's like it doesn't want to kill her. Yet, it will gnaw at her, biding its time. Only when she is at her weakest will it strike to kill. Will she find Dillian before her time comes?
Maybe my inner monologue? That's an interesting theory, Southern Orchid. Our voice rather than one of Senua's. That's interesting. I really like games that separate the concept of character and player. That's actually a core part of the of a video I'm working on. And now I'm kind of annoyed that it took us so long to play this. Every area looks like a boss arena. Is that just designed to like play on gamer instincts? To make you be like, oh, well this looks like a boss arena, so time for a fight. You're in danger.
man's final illusion to face him in his keep. I know you can do it, Senua. You have the sight.
We both
PM.
see the darkness. We can fight it together. Speak to me, Druth. Tell me a story.
Senua, listen. I will tell you the tale of a man called Findan. The Northmen captured Findan's sister, and his father sent him to pay for her release. But they
What
took
is
his
it? What's
gold,
changed?
put him in chains, and held him for a day and a night without food or water. Then they released him. I don't know why. Upon his return, his father's enemies in Erin set fire to his home. His father burnt to death, and his brother was killed. But he escaped with sorrow in his heart. His father's enemies offered redress for his loss and invited him to a feast. It was at a hall near the sea. But when he went there, they betrayed him to the Northmen, who enslaved him and took him to hell. 6 years later, his slave masters landed on the shores of Orkney, burning all before them. And into that fire, Findan made his escape. What was Findan burnt away that day. But from the flames, a new man stepped forward, and Druth was born. Druth. The man that I am now. And though Findan never set eyes on his dear sister again, I, Druth, have found you, Senua.
Poor Druth slash
I
Findan.
wish you could have seen my home before these dark times.
It's nice to play a Scottish protagonist. I've been to Orkney. Lovely island. I've been to Orkney, I've been to White, I've been to Arran multiple times. I've been to Man. I've been to Skye, ironically. That's not ironic, it's just coincidental. Oh no. Chat, we might have broken it. Shit. So the game thinks we're on the log. Oh no. So the game thinks we're on the log. We gotta be careful of that one. I'd like to go back to Orkney someday.
I know you can do it, Senua. You
I want to go to the Isles of Lewis and Harris as well.
We can fight it together.
I want to go to all the Isles. The Isles of Lewis and Harris have personal significance to me.
Tell me a story.
Senua, listen. I will tell you the tale of a man called Findan.
Being the place in which my family originates.
And his father sent him to pay for her release.
We're islanders traditionally.
Put him in chains and held him for a day and a night without food or water. Then they released him. I don't know why. Upon his return, his father's enemies in Erin set fire to his home. His father burnt to death, and his brother was killed. But he escaped with sorrow in his heart.
No mention of his mother.
His father's enemies offered redress for his loss and invited him to a feast. It was at a hall near the sea. But when he went there, they betrayed him to the Northmen, who enslaved him and took him to hell. 6 years later, his slave masters landed on the shores of Orkney, burning all before them. And into that fire, Findan made his escape. What was Findan burnt away that day. But from the flames, a new man stepped forward, and Druth was born. Druth. The man that I am now.
So I'm wondering,
Findan never set eyes on his dear sister again. I, Druth, have found you, Senua.
if I need to deactivate
I wish
this,
you could have seen my home
the
before those
thing.
dark times.
And drop down here. And maybe that will have done something? Yes. Okay. So at some point, chat, while we are narrowly crossing this vertigo-inducing tree, I want to play, like, do a month of superhero games and do analysis on them, because I think that would be really fun.
Broke. The gate is open. Open.
This darkness. I know it from the wilds. It's coming back for me.
Hey, it's Valravn. So I assume Valravn is from where we get the word raven.
Are you too? Where are we?
She's gonna look directly at us again.
I remember.
Here it comes.
It didn't end well in the wilds. It never does. You think you can overcome the darkness, make sense of it, and once relief settles in, it strikes out of nowhere, throwing you helplessly back into the maelstrom, drowning the mind in fear, deeper, deeper, dragging you down so far.
Is
into the
Valravn
void that
eating
knows
us?
you this time. There is no coming back. But there, in the darkness,
Senua,
and she remembered what he told her.
hear me. Reach out to me. Senua, take my iron mirror. Look into it, for it is a window into the underworld. Within, you will see the face of the darkness that you fear. And if you focus, like I have taught you to, you will also see that as much as the darkness has you trapped within its veil, it too is trapped within yours. Focus. Focus. Focus.
I see you. I see you now. You led me to the wilds. You trapped me there.
Time to fight a god. God, goths really do have Hellblade. Back at you, buddy. That spin move is what Senua does as well.
Defend yourself. Take him down.
I'm good at video games. I'm bad at video games.
She's so weak. They can see you're weak.
Shut up. Oh, yes. Yes.
Beating him. Where's he gone?
Shit.
Very capable warrior. Remember your story.
Okay, so Senua is a fucking badass. I fucking love this character. She's a fucking badass.
They're winning. Behind you. Behind you. Behind you.
Okay. Let's take a moment to just catch our breath, focus up, and get immediately hit in the face. There we go. There we go.
Down. Focus.
Hello again, buddy. Not good, not good.
She will die. Focus. It's the only way.
Focus!
Shit.
Focus now.
That might have killed me.
Focus now! Focus!
Focus. You're strong.
Focus! Focus! Now! Focus! You can do this. Focus! Focus!
Oh. When they said focus, they meant focus.
The mirror. Focus now!
Got him.
I never beat you in the wilds, did I? It was an illusion. But not this time!
Fuck yeah. Kick his cunt in. Gory.
The mark of Valravan. One of the keys to the gate to Helheim. Hold it in your mind's eye.
With every battle, the darkness grows stronger. Every victory bringing her closer to defeat. Unfair, isn't it? In those dark winter nights in the wilds, there were times when she considered letting go. If it weren't for truth, a chance encounter in the wilds, she would not have heard his stories of the Northmen. And she would not have this chance to find Dillion's soul.
I'm coming. I still hear you.
Dillian and Druth are an example of an important thing. They are a good support network for Senua. There is something that she can focus on, and there is someone who can help her. They are a good support network for her. And the world seems just a little bit brighter now. There's a tendency for people with mental health issues to isolate ourselves, where in reality that is the thing that we need more than anything, is a strong support network. The old saying goes that no man is an island, and yeah, have a support network. People you trust, people you care about, people who care about you, more important, just importantly.
When she was younger, she would lay in the grass and stare at the clouds. And then she saw them. Elusive. Shifting faces. After a while, she could see the faces everywhere. In the trees. The mountains. Caves.
This might be a very obscure joke because only a handful of people know, but the Magnus Archives is a podcast distributed by Rusty Quill. It is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share Alike 4.0 international license.
I wonder
That was a joke for maybe 2 people in the chat who will understand that one.
They're there. If you look for them.
Mother,
Oh, hello.
Senua, you have the sight. Just like I do. Once you can see into the underworld and all the souls within it will see you. Don't be afraid when they speak to you. I will always be here to guide you.
Hi, Mom.
Did you see her? That was her mother, Galina. She was a priestess, a healer. She taught Senua to see the weave that binds the world together. And it was beautiful. It was a time before the darkness. But when it did come, it first came for her mother. Senua still sees her face from time to time, hidden in the world. Like she's still watching over her. She misses her so much.
So I have a bad feeling this relationship with her mother is, in flashback, is going to possibly turn a bit abusive from what we've read. So word of warning for that. Oh, I was like, is that a thing? It's just cloth. I'm constantly enamored by the fact that everyone sees the world differently. Like, just think about that. Every living person on this planet has a slightly different perception of reality than you do. That's amazing. I know some people who see the world in shapes. I know some people who see the world in frames, like me. Oh shit. The human condition is truly a beautiful experience. There we go.
You're close. Stop. She will die. Stop.
There we go.
The gate. She needs to go back. She can't. It won't open.
Why won't it open?
Why won't it open?
There's another challenge.
She hasn't challenged.
So I assume the giants will be, or the other guys will be Cert's people. Do I need to interact with the door? There we go. Now we can get this audio log. Because that's what it is. It's an audio log.
Say that in the beginning there was nothing but darkness. Bitter cold to the north, fiery hot to the south. They say the cold formed ice, which melted from the sparks from the south. The power of the darkness gave life to the dripping ice, and the first giant was born, and was named Ymir. The ice continued to drip, and the power of the void gave life to it, and it became a cow, whose milk fed the giant. That's right, a cow. But you weren't expecting that.
A cow. Alright, now we're gonna deal with the fire god, so,
Surt, the fire giant, has answered. He comes from a land older than mankind, and the Northmen call upon his flaming sword to raise their enemies to the ground. Find him, Senua, and spill his blood.
so we're gonna probably have to deal with some kind of burning imagery here.
She found the wretched old fool on her way back from the wilds. An outcast. Was badly burnt all over.
Mum,
She took pity on him, for he was not long for this world. Like her, who spoke of his own darkness. The Northmen.
I know someone who looks a lot like Senua. So they really got the features down pretty well.
Senua, we each walk these lands gazing towards different horizons, some of us further than others. Your father cannot see what you see, but there is nothing wrong with seeing the world the way you do.
I like our mum. Right now. Our mum's nice. And she's nice. There's nothing wrong with the way people see, people with mental illness see the world. That's a lot of burnt bodies. There's a watchtower over there. That might have been the first time they gave advice that wasn't useful to us. Okay, so it's a little N and a Y. Nope. There we go.
Behind you!
Okay, now we're surrounded. There we go. There we go. Just like riding a bike. Okay, so we've got an N and a kind of Y shape.
I can still smell it. Sweet, sickly stench of burning human flesh. And I still hear their cries carried in the wind. Do you hear them too, Senua?
Yes, I heard their screams, and I still hear them now.
Hmm. Okay, we found one. There's the other. I can already see it. Big theme of this game seems to be perception and how we view the world. I like how they've baked that into the gameplay.
The path to Hellhand is sealed for the living. But you already walk amongst the dead. Look towards the gate, and you will see that it has opened. When they first came to my lands, I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took me as a slave. I wish now that they had slaughtered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, and slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of, I know it well.
Maybe Druth isn't such a good support network. I mean, Druth has his own trauma. We can't exactly blame him. Okay. Now we need to focus on him. Oh shit.
Quickly get up, they're coming.
Our first death! That's not great. And the rot has spread. Let's try that again. Okay, so evade the shield, parry the mace. Use this guy to charge up my focus. There we go, there we go, there we go.
It's nearly over. Finish it. She finished
There we go. You first.
Can't do it.
They have literally backed me into a corner. Okay, it's just him. This guy's harder than the fucking illusion guy. Valkraven.
She's so weak. She's so weak. They can see her weak. Finish this. End it now. They're winning. Ignore the pain. Take him down. Take him down now.
I've just gone like focus mode. I'm not sure if you can tell. Finally! And that was just a regular enemy. That might have been the most beautiful moment of just silence I've ever had in a video game, of just hearing the fire crackle. I'm genuinely sweating. That was fucking awful.
When you see a fire gate of Surt, know that only a sacrifice will stoke the fires of Muspel and let the dead walk through. Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Oh, so this will be a fun one.
The answers you want, but you mustn't look away.
Is that animated or is it live action?
Because you cannot overcome suffering. You refuse to look at it.
Good message there about how you have to face your traumas and your pain. You can't run away from them.
Where's the fire gone? Where's it gone?
The fire's disappeared. The pyre.
Surt is
through
waiting
there.
for you. He's waiting for her. You can't get through.
How will she get through? She'll need to find another way.
Truth said, find your own path.
There's always another way.
There's always a way.
Find your own way.
You just have to find it. Surt is waiting for you.
It was
Oh, I've missed
The
2
Northmen tell
messages.
this story. Before the earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew
I'm
out
flaming.
from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of the first giant, Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of fire giants. And people from elsewhere cannot endure a journey there.
Alright, we need to do another fire sacrifice.
She needs to find it.
Another fire sacrifice.
Another fire sacrifice.
And it's the darkness.
It's too far.
She'll never find it. She'll never make her way back.
She needs to remember the way back.
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you're going. She needs to remember the path.
Everything will burn. Then
It's a
how will she find the way back.
It's a straight line, guys.
The Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called Surt, the foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One, because he is like something burnt. The Northmen believe that he sits at the border of Muspel with his flaming sword, and at the end of the world he will leave his post. He will travel to Asgard and Midgard.
And trigger Ragnarok. Well, technically Loki triggers Ragnarok. Well, technically Loki's kid, the World Serpent, triggers Ragnarok.
The Northmen made fire sacrifices, burning slaves like me to reveal the path.
Lots of things trigger Ragnarok.
I searched for meaning in their suffering, in their eyes. But they just screamed like helpless pigs.
Like this? So we're gonna do that every time, are we? That's a lot of screaming. I think I hate the fire. I think I hate the fire world more than I hate the. That has to be live action.
I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free. Defy the gods, Senua.
Yeah,
Find your own path.
this
I
really,
find mine.
this really is
gods
gothic
abandoned
God of
me.
War.
I am alone.
This really is just like goth God of War. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so we have 2 doors here and a house. I'm sure going in this house, nothing will go wrong. Everything will be fine. This is just awful. You know, this game really is the one that that does the old tried and true gamer knowledge, where if you encounter enemies, it means you're going in the right direction.
They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it. But Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to postpone that dark day.
Yeah, like putting Hela in hell and binding Fenrir and putting the world serpent in the seas at the edge of the world. So infinity symbol and an R.
Northmen of hell worship the Devourers, insatiable gods of darkness. I come from Erin, Senua, where I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Senua, I was a man of knowledge, not a warrior. To survive, I did things. Bad things. Like you, Senua. The man I once was has died. And when that happens, even gods you worship can die with you.
We all have our own beliefs. Where is what I'm missing? Oh, hang on. Wait. Found ya.
The Northmen
Oh.
believe that the
Oh,
world
wait.
will be destroyed someday. They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow
Speaking
the
of God
sun,
of War,
and the gods
I'm
will
really
fight in
happy
vain
that they
against
made
their enemies.
Thor canonically
There is
accurate.
nothing they can do to prevent it. But Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way
Oh,
to postpone that.
Because the MCU has created this modern day perception that Thor is a hot blonde man, and he's not. He's like he's a hot, bigger ginger man, and I love him. And he's incredibly thick, and I love him. My favorite part about Norse mythology is the fact that whenever anything goes wrong, Thor's first instinct is to figure out how this could be Loki's fault. And he's like, and when Frigga asks him about that, he's like, it saves a lot of time. I just answer myself, is this Loki's fault? And then I go and say, probably. And I confront Loki. It saves a lot of time. Alright, time for the fire. It becomes a lot easier knowing that's coming every time. And now I'm on fire. Okay, so no, you have to go a very certain way, otherwise you're fucked. Honestly, the Marvel comics have done a lot to, like, damage genuine Nordic mythology. Like the assumption, the fact that Loki and Thor are brothers in the comics, in Marvel comics, I've never understood that. Like, you guys had the original source material. They're thousands of years old. Were the Asgardian legends too plain for you? So that was an invisible wall.
Behind you! He's down! Find you!
Dun 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 dun.
You say your world has collapsed. Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears. Raise your world and cry!
My world is dead.
Only then, as with a newborn.
Maybe Druth wasn't a good support network for her.
No. I see nothing now.
I miss our mum. Can we talk to our mum again? Is she anywhere around here? Well, there's one. Okay, so we've already found the furthest left symbol.
Tell me truth. How did you escape your darkness?
Senua, once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors feared the fire of certain. And so, during one raid, I took my chance and ran, knowing that they would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right to. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
Okay, one more symbol. What are we looking for again? Kind of like a D-ish shape. Anyone see it? Hmm. I am struggling to find it. No. Why are you snapping? Oh? Could that be it? No, not quite. That's close, but it's not quite correct. There it is. What do you guys think of the new stream schedule design? I really like it. I thought the old one had too much dead space in it. The, like, stuff not filled in, not the video game dead space.
Senua, if I can survive the fire of certainty,
So, I like this new one, that has
then so
a lot less.
you.
Dead Space, that could be another good game series to play. Maybe once I finished watching the Alien series. Oh wait, I need to go over to the gate and do that whole thing, don't I? Is it a sci-fi game with horror elements? Wow, I wonder how this this ties into being inspired by Alien. Halo, Dead Space, probably Mass Effect has some.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
I need to watch that Prey movie. Is that any good? Okay, so that bridge is gonna break down probably. Alright, get ready for the screamy flashy thing. In 3, 2, 1.
Through the fire! Keep running! Go on! Nothing will stop! Run, Senua! Run! 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 Through the fire!
Oh cool, we're on fire. Trigger warning for being burnt alive, chat. I'm gonna give you all a second to hop out if you need to.
She's dying.
It's him. It's him.
Oh, her eyes are gonna open. It's gonna be freaky. Oh, it went away. Birdies. Mom?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No. Senua just without the makeup.
This darkness takes everything. Everyone.
Senua, are you sure you want to do this? We can fight this together, side by side. We always do.
This is my battle. I have to face it alone, away from here.
Where will you go?
I don't know.
For how long?
I don't know.
I believe in you. You know that. Just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I will come back to you. I promise.
And there we have our inciting incident.
Come on.
So this story is being told in reverse because to some extent, because at the beginning, we were told that a story has just ended and another one is beginning. So we are uncovering how we got here as the story goes on. That's our inciting incident. Senua left to deal with her own shit, and in that time, Dillian evidently, something, maybe Northmen invaded, something killed Dillian, and now she is on a quest to keep her promise and free his soul. That is a powerful image.
And I will achieve you from and forever be in your debt.
Can I just say the gods in this are very daddy?
You destroyed everything, everyone, but not me. Fight me now.
Chat, I've got some serious analysis coming up once we defeat Surtur. Go, just hack and slash into him. There we go. There we go. Get fucked, yeah. This stream only has enough room for one flaming person, and it's me. Yes, Queen. Okay, so
For every battle won, a greater battle takes its place.
Try not to burn everything.
And so it goes.
I know I'm hot, Southern Orchid, but we don't have to worry about that.
In the end, we all fall. Even the gods have their time. Yet we still...
Well, that was hot, chat. We should make sure to hydrate.
Why?
I made a promise, and I will go to hell to keep it.
I die free, knowing you will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
When the darkness comes, I vow to guide you in this life and the next to fulfill yours.
Then I will see you in hell.
Be ready.
That might be the nicest way that sentence has ever been said.
In the eye, as I have, to find your answers. Your quest. Your truth.
Okay, time to do some analysis. It's interesting the two gods that Senua has had to fight, being a god of illusion and a god of fire. Illusions very much playing on the idea that what Senua sees isn't necessarily true because of her condition. And Surtur playing on the idea of rage and destruction that mentally ill people are often accused of being. There is an actual assumption that people with psychoses are violent people. And I've encountered people with psychoses, and sometimes they lash out and that, but they're not inherently violent people. So, to some extent, you could view the gods that Senua is having to fight as personifications of her condition. So you have illusion and trickery and things not being quite what they seem, and fire and rage and destruction. Especially when you remember that Senua has destroyed effectively all of her formative relationships with everyone except Druth because of her own fear of herself. She was scared of passing this condition to Dillion or maybe any children that they had. Evidently, the darkness, as they described it, took Druth and her mother from her, so this condition has taken everything from her. So it has destroyed her life to some extent, just like fire does. But also, Valraven and Suta are very daddy.
Scholar turned slave. They tortured him, took him with them on their raids, drove him to madness, spreading this new form of darkness to new worlds. To my world. Senua saw a deep connection form between the Northmen and the darkness. His tales of hell were true.
I will be honestly not shocked if Hela looks like Senua.
Until she too could see what he saw.
So there's a metaphor in there about kind of mutually abusive relationships. People who, because I very much believe in taking solace with people who struggle with similar things to you. You know, it's a great sense of community, but sometimes those relationships can become toxic if all you're doing is negatively playing off of each other. So it's important to surround yourself by people that you can help deal with their struggles and help deal with yours.
It's a serious question. When the illusion of self is shattered, you simply cease to be.
Well, sweetheart, I came out as trans, I came out as gay, I'm disabled, I'm mentally ill, so yes, I have died before.
Though it may not seem that way to others, you know when it is true. You can feel it. A stranger in your own body. An
Really? I love this zoom feature.
Senua has died. And she will do so again. You can be sure of that.
Anyway, chat, now that we are back to the gates of hell, I
The
am...
mark of Valravan and the mark of Surt. You may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim. In the beginning, there was nothing but darkness. Bitter cold to the north, fiery hot to the south. They say the cold
I'm going to
formed
open up
ice,
this door,
which melted from the sparks from the south.
and
The power of the
we are going to call it there.
It's so dark. It's dark. The dark. Only the dead may cross.
I said exit to main menu, and it's just not letting me. Okay. What is this, Sword Art Online? Can we never log out of the game? Is this my life now? Apparently the Sword Art Online MMO had a fucking bug in which you couldn't log out early on. And it's like, can't make that shit up. For those of you who don't know, the plot of Sword Art Online is a bunch of people get trapped in a VR MMO and they can't log out.
There is no one here but me.
Not you.
Venom?
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Damien!
In this waking nightmare, where all
This voice does things to me.
true
Certified
you
monster
searched for
fucker.
control, a way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears to smother your furies and banish your fears.
Smother your fury.
But in
Again,
darkness
you
they
smother
came.
fire.
Through stormy black seas, they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt. By the
Fuck
darkness
me.
within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.
No!
They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart.
Please tell me the title screen's about to come up. Okay, so we have our backstory.
The darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. An endless suffering, worse than death. And you wanted to surrender, abandon and to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
So I can't exit the game. I hope that's saved. So, a couple people in the chat are asking what they came back to because various things broke down. To give a quick TLDR, basically the long and short of it is Senua was married to this guy called Dillion. And she left to go and try and deal with her condition in the way in which that culture deals with their condition. Upon her return, the Northmen had invaded and Dillion had been killed. She has travelled to Helheim in order to rescue his soul from Hela, because she promised that they would see each other again. Very cute story. There's a couple of really good analysis that's going on. I'm just going to do a quick recap since we're coming to the end of the stream. I'll put the music back on too. So, because of the way I look at games, we have fought Venraven, who is the god of illusion, and Sutr, the god of fire and destruction, in order to gain access to Helheim. I very much view this as a metaphor. I think these are metaphors for parts of Senua's condition. I wouldn't be surprised if all of the gods and bosses that we fight are metaphors for parts of Senua's condition. We have the god of illusion, who is obviously plays on that idea of unreality. And we have the god of fire and destruction, who Senua directly calls out as having destroyed everything but not her. So in a way, we've seen how Senua has destroyed her relationships with everyone around her, or this condition has. Either it's taken people from her, like her mother and Druth, or she severed her relationship with Dillion in fears that it would make him worse effectively. So we've got fiery destruction, destroying their relationship, and illusions, the world quite not being what it seems. I wouldn't be surprised if when we finally meet Hela, she doesn't look exactly like Senua. So that is the first part of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Very excited to continue this game. The more it goes on, the less creepy it is. But obviously, it is not a game for everyone. So if you managed to stick around this long, then thank you guys so much for sticking around. And you can support the stream by following, by subscribing, by heading over to Ko-fi and supporting more directly. Ko-fi supporters get behind-the-scenes access to YouTube content, and a pre-release of YouTube content when it comes out. The Ko-fi hasn't been updated in a while. I do acknowledge that. That is because I am working on a video. Follow me on the various social medias and join the official Skye Blacke Discord to come and hang out with various other people, see clips, and get an update about what's going on with the streams. If you're watching on YouTube, consider subscribing. If you're watching on the VOD, then again, consider following, and come over to Twitch, where we stream twice a week, and you can discover when I'm streaming on my Twitter or in the Discord or on my Tumblr, all available on the social links in the YouTube banner. But thank you guys very much for watching, and we will be back in the next episode for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.